I just finished these pages, this one and this one, and yeah, I think I can show you guys these ones because I should post this vlog after I've posted them on the website. So hopefully you have already read them, so they're not spoilers. Not that they're like super spoilery or anything. Like when we get to more intense scenes further in the story, then I'm just not gonna post those pages in the vlogs so that nobody accidentally gets spoiled. But these kind of more relaxing traveling, world building, getting to meet characters pages, I think these are pretty safe to show in their entirety. Nobody's gonna like zoom in and read every speech bubble in the video rather than going and reading them on the webpage. But yeah, these are done. I posted them on the, well, I've only posted them on the Substack right now, but they will be posted free for everyone next week. So by the time this vlog is out, they will be on the web page. So you can go read them. And I will go and eat something. Maybe a couple of hot dogs. It is the 1st of April, and even though it is still very much winter outside, it is time to move these tomatoes into slightly bigger pots. So that's what I'm doing. Hello, it is voiceover Minna here. I figured we need a little bit of drawing in this video. So yeah, included a few character sketching things from reference images that you don't see on the screen, but there are indeed animal reference images that I'm seeing while drawing. So yeah, enjoy the drawings while I talk about something. I didn't feel like talking about the drawings themselves because, well, they're just drawings. I'm doing the same thing as always. So I figured I would just chat about whatever has been on my mind for the last few weeks. And this time I have been, as probably many of you guys, I've been really fixated on this AI stuff and just how crazy fast it is developing. Like, and it's not even like the art stuff, which would make sense for me to fixate on because I am an artist, and it would make sense for me to be worried or excited about it, which is like the two emotions that would make sense. But yeah, it's not the art stuff that I've been fixated on. It's the speed of development in general. Because I used to be really into this stuff years ago, like maybe 6 or 7 years ago. You know, way before my conversion. There was like a time when I really identified as what you would call a techno-utopian. And in that worldview, at least for me, the possible development of like some sort of actually useful artificial intelligence is like the key to that worldview. Like all of the things that wouldn't be necessary, or the necessary part semi-necessary, like a very hoped for part is artificial intelligence. And like the theorized trajectory was something like eventually smart people would develop a artificial intelligence that at first would not be really useful for much, but it would be useful for making the work of like coders and researchers faster, so that when previously something would have taken like several years for them to work out, now they would have this tool that will be able to like calculate and formulate stuff way faster, just by it not being a human, by it just being a computer that can do complex tasks for them. And that will like speed up research, and that will like get us into this exponential curve of faster and faster development, and that would then lead to more artificial intelligence breakthroughs that will make it even faster. And the next step would then be AIs that will be able to self-improve, like not be conscious or anything, just be able to like detect errors or places to improve in their own code and their algorithms to make themselves just even more efficient and faster. And that would then make the exponential curve even steeper, and eventually the systems would be able to like self reproduce, like copy themselves and improve themselves and stuff like that. And eventually they would be smart enough, smart not necessarily even in a human way, but just in a able to calculate like every possibility for every scenario kind of way, where they would be able to be used for either in a utopian way solve all problems for humanity, or take over humanity and be like the next successor for spreading out into the universe and being a cool society of artificial intelligence beings or something like that. And the thing is that back then, like when I liked this kind of stuff, most of the experts seem to say that getting onto that first part of the exponential curve of development, like the part where the AI would be useful enough that researchers and stuff could actually use it to research faster and start self-improving, that would be like decades in the future. Like the consensus seemed to be that we just don't know enough about how intelligence works. The systems weren't very good, and nobody really knows where to go next to try to find the answers, and that people shouldn't be like hoping for stuff like that within the near future. Like it would be at the earliest at the end of our lifetimes or something like that. And yeah, that just seemed like the consensus at the time. And honestly, I haven't been thinking about this stuff for several years now. And now in this last year, when all this stuff has been happening, I'm having like this massive whiplash, basically, where I've had to like go back and listen to some stuff that I listened to back then to like catch up on what has happened since then, because I'm like having whiplash, really, because the first time I even got like a hint that something interesting was happening in AI stuff was like last year. My brother showed me on his phone like a early development. I don't know how early, but it was pretty early, of like Midjourney, the one of the more popular AI art generation things. And like he had found it very interesting and he showed me. And it was very cool a year ago. It looked interesting and kind of impressive in some ways, but it was also really, really bad. like it couldn't do anything really properly. It was kind of okay at like landscapes that didn't have anything specific in them. But most of the stuff that it made was very like surreal, like pretty colors, but very surreal, non-specific. It couldn't really do humans at all. It would at most, if you like forced it to do humans in a scene, just have these nondescript like silhouettes from behind that kind of look like human shapes. It would never do faces or hands or limbs, like feet or legs even. And if you manage to force it to do those things, like the faces would just be these, I'm sure you guys have seen them, like this horrifying like blank mask with like random holes, like a random number of holes here and there that were like supposed to be, I guess, the hand, not hands, eyes and mouth and stuff. But it definitely seemed like, yeah, we're still, like, this is interesting, but we're still like 20, 30 years from anything really happening. Like, it's like this gimmicky thing. And now it's just not even a year later. And now you can't even tell a lot of the time if an image that you see online is AI generated or a photo or a painting. And it's really crazy how fast it's been going. And the fact that it has been going faster and faster, it seems like, in the last few months. Like anytime people say like, oh, well, at least it can do this, and then the next month it can do those things, like the hands and the eyes and the different poses and combining different concepts together in various aspects that you see in very high level for it to be able to do, like conceptual wise. And yeah, it just kind of feels like, I'm sure you guys feel the same, like we are on some sort of exponential curve now. And I guess it's possible that it's just gonna reach some sort of limit of this particular technology, and it's not gonna get that much better for the next 50 years ago, not ago again. And this is like the level of AI that we have to learn to deal with. But it might not, like it might just keep going. And it's crazy to think about what it's gonna do to society if we do get onto that exponential development. So yeah, that's what I've been kind of like focused on. And I really noticed how much is messing with my brain when I was looking at my, not really messing with my brain, but just how impactful I feel like it's gonna be, because I was looking at the web page where you can look at like your pension and stuff over here in Finland, or one of the web pages. I had to look at how much I have paid and calculated for how much I would get if I get to this and this age and stuff like that. And looking at being able to start retiring at like 70 years old or something. And I realized that I don't think I will ever use those pension monies, because I don't think by the time I will get to pension age that society will look the way where such a thing will exist anymore. Like either we do get into some sort of utopia where having a little bit of money in your pension fund is just gonna be such a drop in a bucket that it doesn't matter, or society is gonna be so messed up between now and then that like any kind of virtual or physical money is just not gonna be useful for anything. Like it's impossible to even think of all the different ways things could go in the next 40 years. Yeah. Anyway, what have you guys been thinking about? Obviously, or not really obviously, but I haven't actually been like sad about it, or even that excited about it. Ooh, I have some sort of paint in my hair. Ah. Or glue? Oh, I guess it's glue. Yeah, that's not good. Oh, I have glue in my hair. So anyway, obviously, what will happen will happen. And even this kind of crazy technology would have been foreknown and foreordained by God for people to invent one day. And he knows if it's going to be, like, if its purpose is to usher in some sort of undeserved utopia for the next era of humanity, or if it's gonna be like a horrendous thing. And obviously we can't really predict that far in the future, so I'm not worrying about it too much. But I am definitely semi-fixated on it right now. Maybe a little bit more than I should be. Or maybe not enough. Maybe I should be more fixated on it. And research as much as I can about it. And, you know, become a semi-informed person on the subject. I don't know. Anyway, that is what I have been mega thinking about for the last few weeks. Let me know if you guys have any similar or different thoughts that you want to vent. Feel free to vent them in the comments. This was really just a big vent on my part. And I'll get back to working, I suppose. Alright, see you guys later. Alright guys, I will wrap up the vlog video thing right here. I will leave you guys with the lovely news that spring has really started over here in Finland, at least central Finland. About 70%, maybe more, of the snow has now melted away. It's the latter part of April, so it's about time. And the first flowers have started coming in. Crocuses, basically. And yeah, we'll catch up on things next month. Yes, next month I will make another vlog. Maybe even earlier? No, not earlier. Anyway, I will see you guys then. Bye bye.